What's up, everybody? Back with another Fair Shake review, and we are going to be talking about Tyler, the Creator's "Call Me If You Lost" or "Call Me If You Get Lost." And yeah, this is definitely a very dope project. Like, Tyler has truly grown into such a fantastic artist. I've always been like very much aware of kind of like what he's been up to since the beginning of the career, with starting with like Yonkers and such. And I always thought he was like a pretty decent rapper, but the subject matter was always like something that I was like, it's not quite there for me. But the production sometimes is kind of cool. But he's grown so much, especially once he ended up getting to Flower Boy. Then he was just like truly becoming like a whole new artist, with the improvements that he's made and mindset that he attained. Then Igor was also an amazing project, but way less of a rap project and more of a kind of like R&B soul thing. And I was like, yo, he's truly an amazing artist. So then once like some of the tracks started coming out, like the small little snippets, before "Call Me If You Get Lost" came out, I was like, oh snap, he's back on his rap tip. And I'm actually very excited, because I'm like, yo, if he's still continuing to improve like this, I'm very curious what it's going to be like when he gets back on some more grittier like instrumentation and like rapping in the state of mind that he's in now. And I'm like, I heard this and I was like, yeah, dude, dude is it. Dude knows, dude is right there. So yeah, Sir Baudelaire, like starts off and you're just like, oh, this is like some almost a boom bappy kind of, ooh, okay, Tyler, I see you, bro. He comes through rapping, you get to hear DJ Drama set the thing off, and then you know, oh snap, this is really gonna kind of be like mixtape like, and I'm into it. Then that goes in smoothly in the corso. Tyler's still going through, ripping it. The beat change ups are really nice. Then Lemonhead comes on, and I'm like, ooh, me mug face, me mug face. 42 Doug comes in, confused faced, but this, I still kind of like it. Still jamming, still jamming. What's Your Name comes on, and I'm like, ooh, this is the one that I heard earlier, and I was like, ooh, this is like that old school, that smooth girl song kind of joint right here, and I am into it. But to find out that Young Boy NBA's on this junk, NBA Young Boy coming through on this one, I was like, oh, this is actually dope. Like, I've never heard him sound dope before. This is awesome. And then it goes into Lumberjack, which is more hard junk. And the thing is, it still sounds super smooth the way it goes into it. I'm like, yo, the sequencing in this junk, the production is so good. And yeah, Lumberjack killed that junk. Even had a nice performance of that at the BET Awards too. Like, then Hot Wind Blows come in, and I'm like, ooh, so we're going for this kind of vibe. Then Wayne pops up, and I'm like, oh, Wayne's on, and he's killing it. Look at Wayne. This is good. This is good. He is not missing. He is not missing. Massa comes on, and I'm like, oh, oh, this is something. Oh, oh, this beat. Oh, these rhymes. Yo, Tyler, getting deep on them. It's much more than just punchlines and 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 flossing on them. This is dope. Run It Up comes on. I'm like, oh, okay. I hear this beat. I hear this beat. Um, oh, run it up. Run, we go run it up. we gonna run it up. And I'm like, okay, nope, nope. You finally missed me, dog. You missed me. You missed me with this one. The verse was okay, but yeah, that chorus and everything just lasts way too long. So it's like, okay, he couldn't have a perfect project. It's okay though. It's okay. The Manifesto comes on, and I'm like, ooh, Tyler back on that grimy hip hop. And then it switches up, and Damo Genesis is on it, and Damo's killing it. I'm like, oh snap! Okay, we are back. We are back on track. I'm digging it. Sweet comes on, and I'm like, oh. Now it's kind of like older Neptunes kind of junk. He's singing. I'm like, oh, okay, this isn't too bad. Then it switches up again in the middle of it. I Thought You Wanted to Dance comes on, and I'm like, oh, now we're gonna go on for more kind of dance hall reggae kind of thing. Okay, I dig this. This is kind of nice. Makes it for a very long song. I kind of like the second half more than the first half, but you know, I think I won't mind listening to the first half to get to the second half. It still would have been nice to have it to be two separate tracks, but you know, it is what it is. Put them together. Both of the kind of more lovey-dovey songs, put them together. That's cool. That's cool. The Mama Talk comes on. A nice little reprieve where you just kind of get to hear Tyler's mom, and it leads right into Rise pretty well. And he and Tyler just talking about, hey man, all that I've been through to see me rise, you know, like you can hate, I'm gonna keep going, like it's good track, very good track. Then Bless comes on, where he just kind of talking about how he appreciates it, and also can just kind of talk his ish a little bit. Then Juggernaut comes on with Uzi and Pharrell, and I'm not even mad too mad at Uzi's verse. I'm like, he's kind of flowing at least. Not all the rhymes are like cool to me, but Tyler's first verse and Pharrell's verse just made me go, yeah, love it. And the production on that is dope. Then Wilshire comes on, is more kind of a boom bap kind of simple thing to just let him talk his junk, and Tyler just tells this whole really chronicles this whole situation that he ended up having with this girl, and I'm just so invested in this story, and you could just tell he's just really just going through it real raw, and apparently it was all just taken in one take, and one full take through the whole thing on just a mic in the, I think it was on he said like on a tour bus or something weird like that, or I don't know. He wasn't in like a normal studio, and he just spit the whole thing in one take, and I loved every little second of it, just following that whole ordeal. It's crazy. And then it ends off with Safari, which also has some pretty cool rhymes, a little bit more of the pitch manipulation that he used to do a lot more of back in the day. Well, I guess he did that in Igor too, but it just, like, with the production style, it sounds like back in the day, like around Goblin and what was the one after that? But around that time, Cherry Bomb, and what was the one in between? Anyway, it was okay. Not one that I ended up keeping on the playlist, but truly, there's really only two songs on here that I don't want to keep, and then I like the kind of like the speech parts I didn't keep, but overall this whole project is mad dope. Definitely one of my favorite releases. Like, when it comes to hip hop releases this year, I've been hard pressed to find some that I truly very, very much enjoy, and I'm happy to say that Tyler definitely has one of the best rap projects that I've heard this year, along with like Cole. So yeah, like very, very happy with how this project came out. Like, if people enjoy new Tyler but like some of the grittiness and grimy production of his older material, I think they're gonna eat this up. They're going to eat this up so much because he's definitely grown up, and to hear that more mature side of Tyler, with some of the great hard hitting production that he's had in the past was a great combination, and it truly does feel like a fantastically curated mixtape from DJ Drama, as he's like speaking through the whole thing, but the way everything mixes and gels together, it makes it a very cohesive listening experience that is enjoyable from beginning to end for the most part. So yeah, highly recommend this project. But yeah, that's what I think about it. What do you think? Do you disagree? Do you agree? Do you like this review? If you do, you can hit the like button down there. You can subscribe for more reviews and reactions on the channel. I also end up having a Patreon as well, and there's a link in the description if you want to help support your boy, be able to continue to create this content, as well as give you some cool content there, whether it be reactions, or early access to my own material. But until next time, y'all, much love, peace.